quickly join the other person to make sure I got the right one in the views. And of course also start my Hearthstone sound once again. And here we go, we actually have a finals on our hands. And there's like a shaman and a rogue, and it's a quest rogue once again from Jeff the Killer, and we've both spectated these players before, of course. Jeff the Killer in the semi-finals where he disposed 3-0 of his opponent, and then Andre Rowe, we watched him twice already, once against Cypher, which he won quite handily, I believe. Oh, which was pretty close. It was 3-2, and then versus Estimero, which was also 3-2, and then his semi-finals was also 3-2. So he played lots of games already tonight. Okay, so let's see what this turns out to be, and it seems like it's a token shaman versus a quest rogue, which is favored for the shaman, I would say, because it just has such an easy way of getting on board and getting the value, finishing it quickly as well. And what is this? What kind of invention is this? It's a prep mimic pod. This was also the first novice engineer played. So what do we get from this? More swashbucklers, which means it's quest time, boys. Easy quest. Just a shame that he can't deal with the totem, with the primal fin totem. And let's see what we have here. In the meanwhile, I hope there are no longer any issues with the stream, because there were some just now, especially with the music and the sound just stuttering loads. We see a very wide board and a Bloodlust in the hand of Andre, so this is kinda over already, I think. And yes, it's nice that you have the quest right now. What does it do? Yeah, you can activate it, but that Bloodlust will just kill you straight away, bro. Nothing to do against that. So let's see. Yeah, what can you do? You can frost shock one, and then there's still 3, 4 plus 15 is 19 damage in on board, plus 2 from the weapon, so that's 21, and that's more than 18, which means that Andre... Oh wait, oh, he's overloaded. I didn't notice that. He played his Jade Claws last turn, which means he can't play the Bloodlust this turn, and that might be very important actually, because he does take some damage now, and that's not a spell power totem, which he of course knows. Oh, that's an important one. Just getting that taunt and that token might help a bit. So yeah, of course we all want everything to work, but sometimes stuff just doesn't do what you want it to do. And here we see, of course, the rogue still struggling versus the shaman, and he probably knows that there is a Bloodlust in the hand, or at least plays around it. So here we see Jeff and his opponent having 1 plus 12, 13, 15 damage, which is just one short of winning. And he Oh wait, he didn't play his patches yet, right? So he can just play the Bloodsteel Corsair together with the Bloodlust for a lethal. If I am not mistaken. At least I'm pretty sure I don't see the patches in his board. Or in his deck list, in this case. Wow. Would be so silly if he misses lethal because of that, and I really hope I am incorrect. And here we go. Is it... oh, there's no patches in his deck? Like, in general there's no patches in his deck? That's interesting. Because in this case it could have won him the game. Interesting to run pirates without running patches, and yes, I'm repeating on this, but that's just because it's so unique. How does Jeff not die in this position? Well, you've already seen the Bloodlust, so you're not afraid of a second Bloodlust, probably. But you're still afraid of dying. So what do we see here? I think we'll see some trades, and then bounce on the 5/5. They're all 5/5. Bounce on a glacial shard, just to freeze something else like the face, or maybe a totem, but probably the face. But this is really a tough turn for Jeff. Like, he needs to set up lethal as well. Like, you need to have at least 6 dudes on the board just to have that lethal. Oh, and decides to not kill the 1/1, and that might just be punished here with the Jade Lightning. Yeah, you set yourself on 4 HP, but you know that he's running Jade Lightning. So this is very dared. Very risky, that's for sure. And there it is, the Jade Lightning from Andre, taking this game by storm, I say, but it's more like lightning only. Taking this game anyway. And yeah, that is the 1-0 lead in this finals for Andre Rowe, which I think is a player from Romania. So I will update these scores as usual. Andre, the top player in this case. And there we go. A 1-0 lead. And what will Jeff play after this? So now his rogue has lost against a shaman, and he has to play either warrior or druid. Let's see what it is. It is a warrior. Wait, didn't I say rogue or druid? No, I said warrior or druid, I hope. So here we go. You don't want patches in your opening hand, of course. That's just silly. You want to spawn it with one of the other pirates, but not these pirates. These are bad, and this matchup isn't that great either. Just look at the hand of Andre, though. That's amazing. You have the answer. If he had a 1-drop, then Andre would have had the answer, but there is no 1-drop. So this is tough. This is very tough. Here we coin the Stonehill Defender. Hope you get a like the 2/4 that heals you. That was a very quick pick. I think that's it's 4/5 with the Divine Shield. It's very tricky to get through. Something like the Buck Reaper may seem better, like it's a 6/8, but it's not unique for a warrior to do like 8 damage. This is a pretty decent pickup, I'd say. The Saucy Captain summons the patches before you draw him, and you can get rid of the 1/4. I think we already saw Jeff the Killer win versus the Taunt Warrior, if I remember correctly. But that might have been Andre. I've seen too many games this evening. And let's see what Andre will do here. I think he will equip his... Oh, he needs 4 mana. Like, if he could equip his weapon and Maelstrom Portal here, that would clear the board and build his own board with 2 minions. But of course he can't, because he doesn't have enough mana. Which means we'll probably see a mana tide totem just to get 3... Like, to tank 3 damage and get a... Yeah, it's so bad though. But there's nothing better than that. Like, maybe just roll a totem and hope it's a taunt. This is the other option, of course. This actually contests the 3-2 as well. It's sometimes lucky, I'd say. I'd rather see a Naga Corsair here, maybe, with the Dread Corsair, but I understand that the frothing is very good in itself. And here we go to the face with 3-2. And what is Andre able to play here? There's not too much. He can play his Jade Claws, but he won't attack with them. And then it's just downhill from here for Andre. This is a very tough situation already. You don't have any board clear in this deck. Like, yeah, you run 2 Devolves, which would be very good in this situation, but you don't have them in your hand. And then you, of course, run the... What's it called? The Maelstrom Portal, as we saw, but he was just 1 mana short of having an effective clear. And so this was a very fast game for Jeff, winning with his Pirate Warrior, and that means that the Shaman of Andre is done, and we will go back to a... Let's see what we go back to. Okay, so let's update the score once again. And I see that we're starting the next unit already, the next game. And even though you don't see it, I do. I just want to update the score very quickly. And there we go. Back into the action, back into the fray. What do we have left? We have a Hunter for Andre, and I would say that Hunter is not the best against a Pirate Warrior. But with that Galactic Crawler in hand, I think Andre has a serious chance here. This is a pretty good draw though, like a really, really good draw. I don't think there's a better draw in this game for the Pirate Warrior. Maybe getting a Fiery War Ox, but still, this is insane. And I think Jeff knows this. It's like, okay, this is pretty good, I can win this easily. Until the Galactic Crawler comes out. And you don't play the Crawler here yet, because there's way better pirates to eat than a 1-1. You probably upgrade here, coin the Bloodsail Raider, which will become a 4-3, and then you trade and double trade. Like you make sure to kill any minion that the Hunter plays, because you'll win on board anyway. And this will probably force the Galactic Crawler to come out. Which is annoying for Jeff, because then he can't upgrade his weapon any further. Doesn't use the Galactic Crawler yet, because the bow is just a better option in this case. Does the same. But I think Jeff will just play a second Bloodsail Corsair here. And he doesn't really mind that Andre takes 4 face damage to clear it. Because, yeah, doing damage is what you do as a Pirate Warrior. Might also decide to play the Bloodsail Cultist, but I'm not sure if I like that. Because if you do, then yes, you have a better curve next turn, but you throw away your upgrade, even though you can have a almost guaranteed upgrade with the Dread Corsair, if you get another weapon. But on the other hand, it does not die to the bow, and he doesn't know there's a Galactic Crawler in the hand of Andre. So here we go, place the Bloodsail Cultist, and we'll get punished for it. This will get crawled for sure. There's no way you're gonna get way more value than this. And there we go, and that's a blow in the face of Jeff the Killer. There is a Corcoran Elite which clears the board, so no panic yet, I guess, but it's still not looking that good for Jeff here. especially because of that next turn for Andre. Like, you have to deal with his minions now. You have to already have to sack your Korkan Elite in a crab that already ate one of your pirates as well. So it's like a 2 mana, 2/3, kills a 3/4, gains a buff because of that, and also gets even better from that. Like, also gets even more value in the Korkan Elite. I totally forgot to mute something on my Discord, so that's the bleep you're hearing right now. Very sorry about that. Here we go. Very good pickup. Like, this is the reason I didn't really want to see the Plus Hill Cultist getting played yet, but because he drew another one, there's no problem with it anymore. And not too good of a draw for Andre. Getting taunts is good enough though. Now there's a quite strong board and a really annoying 1/1 with taunt. Oh, but there's a solution. So you're 100% going to play the Korkan Elite here to trade into the 1/1 to get the value, and then probably face tank like the 4/3 or the 3/2. Either one is fine. Probably the 3/2 because it can't get buffed by a top deck Houndmaster. But I'd really like to see the Korkan Elite here, just to trade it into the 1/1. I'd rather see him kill the beast. Never punish though. So this clears the board. And now it's it's top deck wars, guys. That must be fun. And their hero powers cancel each other out, so... Ooh, that's a good top deck. A Reaper would have been better, of course. Like Arcanite Reaper, 10 damage, plus the 4 he already has. But this will do 10 damage in like 2 turns. And that's not that great of a top deck, because it will just die against a 5/4. So you might not play it at all. Just wait until there's more. But it's hard to combo the Tundra Rhino, because it's so expensive. And Jeff must know something's up if he doesn't play it. Like, okay, that must be either a second kill command or a Tundra Rhino. There's not much else. Like maybe a Scavenging Hyena or something like that. But every turn this takes longer is in the favor of Jeff at the moment, because he draws the good cards, and that's the problem with top deck wars, right? And this is enough to at least kill the frothing. So that's definitely what we're going to see. The red deck charging into frothing, effectively suiciding it. I'm sorry, it's getting late here too, and I've cast it all night or evening. So now, kind of a role reversal, but not too much. There's like 10-15 damage. It's 2 off for Jeff the Killer, but I think it's really important that you kill that 2/3 and you just go face it with the 5/4. You don't want to die anytime soon, so... You put yourself on 11, and kill command top deck is 9. So that's not even that scary. And I like how Jeff is playing this. I think he's playing this correctly. Ooh, if that is Huffer, then that might be a problem. If it's Leok, it might be a worse problem. But it's Huffer, so he trades it to survive one more turn. And now he's actually chipping away on the armor and the HP of Jeff the Killer. Now he's effectively doing 2 damage a time. This is so fun. Okay, so if Andre doesn't top deck damage, and with damage I mean either his second Eagle Horn Bow or his second kill command, then it's done. And what does he draw? It's his second Eagle Horn Bow, so that's like, oh, that's still 2 off, so that's like 5-7, he's 2 off, and that's not enough. He needed that second kill command. And even though he drew a very good card there, it's just not enough against that Pirate Warrior that has such insane damage. And this is lethal for Jeff the Killer, taking his second win. Even the Golaka Crawler couldn't help the Hunter in this matchup, meaning that Andre only has Rogue left against the Pirate Warrior, and that Jeff has the 40 euros for the taking. So we should be going into the next game very quickly, because there's only one deck left for Andre here. He only has the rogue left, and yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. But that's just the way it is. That's how Last Hero Standing works. You have to win your favorite matchup. And if you don't and if you don't win them, then you're in trouble. Very much so. And yet there is the rogue, and it is of course a quest rogue. Not the first one we see today. And yes, you can win against Pirate Warrior, but it's very, very difficult, and you really need that glacial shard to win you the game. Backstab is not that bad though. Decides to keep the backstab and the shadow step. I like it. Gets nothing in return, pretty much. Oh, but patches in the hand for Jeff. And Andre sees that immediately. He's like, okay, you've got patches in hand. I've got a chance now. And that's something you can bounce, I guess. So I think you coin your weapon here to make sure you kill the pirate. And then if he has the second pirate like the Bloodsteel Corsair, then you can make sure that you kill it with the backstab. But no such luck. And what can Jeff the Killer do here? Oh wow, how the tables have turned just by the mulligan. Like getting patches. So painful. I would have attacked here with the weapon, because you're probably gonna get an Arcanite Reaper or a War Ox pretty soon. And there's the last bounce that was needed for Andre Rowe to get his quest completed. And that rhymes. I'm not sure why I felt the need to share that with you, but it does. We're probably going to see a South Sea deckhand here, or I mean South Sea captain. The South Sea deckhand was just picked up, but the captain is pretty strong. However, it will get killed straight away with that backstab. And then we will probably also see the status war coming out and being bounced back to the hand almost straight away. Yeah, I'd rather see the backstab than the pirate here, because you want the pirate later on. And Andre disagrees with me. Feels bad, man. I would attack first with the boar before, like he has charge, like every damage counts, right? Decides to keep his backstab but sacrifices pirate. Yeah, I really can't. I really don't understand why this would be the right line of play if that pirate and that patches can both be 5/5s in like 2 turns. Oh, and there's a Reaper, and that's also why I said that Jeff should have attacked with this weapon earlier. But I think they're both pretty nervous as well. This is the finals. They want to win that 40 euros. They want to win that spot in the monthly finals that we have here at the CardFight 3. And there's a Glacial Shard. Slightly late though. But still, a very key card. And because of the bad hand of Jeff with the patches, and well, no minions to speak of, to be fair, this is being really bad for him. And oh, this is good though, because now he can make sure to clear up. And I disagree with Andre sacking the Stone Tusk Boar there to clear the Corcoran instead of just. Well, it would have been killed by the weapon either way, so I guess it's fine. And here I think you wait for a bit still with the quest. Here we go. This time he does face tank it, and there is almost no way for Jeff to deal with that to 1, except for the patches that's still in the hand, of course. So this will definitely be a blow in the face of Andre, but still. It's not even that bad. You're still ahead on board. You would like to draw another Glacial Shard here though. Or a 1-drop. Any 1-drop for that matter. Nope, no one drop. So now it can go very quickly. Andre has a chance, but Jeff's chance is slightly larger. And now this is so silly. This is always difficult to deal with. Like, you want to upgrade your weapon, but you can't play the Nuzov's first mate to upgrade your weapon because it will destroy your weapon. That's an awkward situation for sure. And here we go. The Swashbuckler into whatever it is. Oh, Explore and Goro. I'm not sure if you want to play that. I don't think you do. And for Andre, it's hopeful that he gets something like... Is there still a card? Give your minion stunned? I'm not entirely sure. That's not it, that's sure. And there we go. Explore and Goro for the memes. Maybe he gets something of use. But he needs it quick, because he will die in 2 turns. That's 15 damage on the board for Jeff. For Andre, I mean. But there's 26 HP, so Jeff or Andre needs at least 10 more damage. That's Explore and Goro, of course. Ooh, Hogger. Hogger might save him for a bit. A Stonehill Defender might also save him for a bit. Those are 2 very good options. Stonehill Defender obviously better. And then place a Shield Bearer with this, because whatever he plays, it will be a 5-5 anyway. So Shield Bearer, and this is a... Wow, from a certain loss to a certain victory, I would almost say. What a surprise this is. And I think Jeff feels really bad about this. And that's not gonna do it, buddy. That's just not enough. And we'll see Jeff concede the game here, which means that Andre takes a game in return. Which means that it is 2 wins for both players. Feels bad, man. For Jeff. He thought he had it, but in the end it couldn't be like that, and he still lost because of that Discover Ungoro, because of those stunts. Wow, what a game, and what a finals we have here. Another final, or another match that just goes to that 5th and last game. So here we see the Druid versus the Rogue, the Quest Rogue versus the Druid, and I hope for Jeff that he's playing Aggro Druid, because else it will be a very tough matchup to win. And it is indeed Aggro Druid with the Goleka Crawler, which is a card I would definitely keep in this situation. I would remove the swipe and keep the rest, and that's exactly what Jeff is going to do. On the other hand, we see Andre with the Quest Rogue, and he has a Pirate in his hand, which he's probably eager to play. And the Stone Disc Boar, which won him the last match, or game. That's actually a pretty good pirate to get, or a pretty good card to get versus the Rogue, because you can remove a weapon stack, and even though one weapon stack may not seem as like that much, he has to weapon up once more, which costs him 2 mana to deal with your minions, and you have loads of minions with 1 HP. So it's actually really annoying. And of course you summon patches, which is always good. Decides to coin out the 2/2 Raven. I understand that. And here we go, removing that weapon stack. Going wide on the board, making sure you get that Savage Roar value. And I think we'll see the pirate here from Andre to clear some board. Maybe double pirate. Maybe pirate hit face Shadow Step, and because you have them, you have 2 of them already anyway. Yeah, you might sack the first one, but I wouldn't sack the second one as well. Yep, decides to go face, Shadow Step it back to his hand, and not play it again. I think he's going to clear as many units as possible, because there's no other reason to play that Stuntus board from your hand at this point. Will he eat his own pirate? Nope, he won't. He'll just hero power and do some damage in the face, but not too much. He knows there's some pirates still to come, but we'll definitely see the Mimic Pot here to draw some cards. I hope it's a bounce, like Shadow Step would be great. That's decent, I think. What surprised me is that there's no cards drawn or buffs drawn yet by Jeff, and that's still not a buff, which is very annoying for him, to be honest. Decides to go for the Savage Roar now to get an easy clear with the face, and then push 9 damage to the face, because he knows he needs to finish this quickly. You can't win against a rogue if the game goes too long, so you need to be aggressive. And that's a draw card, but still not the bounce card that Andre is so desperately looking for. And this is not going to give him the bounce card either. That's a really large taunt, but way too late. That's only accessible in 3 turns. And what is it? This is better, I guess, if he survives this turn, which it looks like he will. And there's the bounce, and maybe there's still a chance for our rogue player, but this is gonna be painful. All his minions will get traded away, and that's lethal next turn, I think. So you can push 8 now, but you have 12, 13 on board, so you can just trade and go face with the minion that's left. Even if he kills one minion, you still have lethal next turn. Unless he kills one white, of course, but he doesn't know that. So Jeff, what are you going to do? How are you going to win this game and qualify yourselves for that monthly finals, which will be at the end of the month, I presume, because there will be 3 more qualifiers, and then we'll see how it turns out and what strong players will participate next week, because of course next week there will be qualifier number 2. Here we go. Is there still an out for Andre here? Or is it done and dusted, as I'd like to say? I think it might be the latter. You have to... you can play Bite Hero Power and then trade your South Sea deckhand. What are you going to draw for? Like, you only have 2 mana left after that draw. What are you going to do? You can't even play Bite then. This was definitely a mistake. There was a way to survive, I think, but he missed it right now. Was there a way to survive? No, I think I forgot to count the hero power. And that's not it. That's a card he already had in his hand, and he concedes, which means that Jeff the Killer is our winner of today. Congratulations, Jeff. You played very well. You played very aggressive, which I like, and apparently Andre's lineup wasn't made to counter that. You banned a warrior, which was a pirate warrior as well, but very smart. And congratulations. I will switch to the other overlay for a bit so you can see me for at the end of this evening. I feel slightly more tired, but I experienced a lot of fun games, and I hope you saw a lot of fun games as well. Next week we'll have more CardFight presented to you by gamers.com.mt, so Gamers Malta, and sponsored by ASRock, Ozone, Visit Malta, and esportsonly.com. Really thanks to those sponsors. Congratulations to Jeff for qualifying for the monthly finals, and I hope we'll see you all next week. And with that, I sign off for today.
In my opinion, Strike Series has all that you might need for gaming. I can actually think of anything that could improve this keyboard. How about RGB?
That would be sick.